Broken period, forward rate. Now, what is that? Let's understand. Okay, just look at.
The forward rate that is available in the interbank market cannot be applied as such for customer transaction. The broken period concept becomes relevant in such situations.
Okay, fine. So let's understand why it can't be applied.
Banks will swap points for 1 month end, 2 month end, and so on till 12 month end.
What happens is the forward rates are given at the month end. April, May, June, like this. Now we have which month? January. So January end, February month end, like this. There is no midway rates. Okay. If you gone through the quotation I've given, 1 month, 2 month, 3 months, like this is given, isn't it? So we don't have in between rates. Okay.
What is broken?
अभी बता रहे.
However, sometimes customer needs swap point for 2.5 months, 45 days, etc. as per requirement. The forward points grow uniformly throughout and arithmetically proportionate for the applicability is arrived at.
So basically, if we want to arrive at a rate, then we have to do some calculations. Okay. Just read this.
They are for large standard amounts with standardized due dates, that is end of January, end of February, and so on. However, in customer transaction, the amounts are not only smaller or for all amounts, but the due date could be also a standardized one. There could be an export bill for euro 12,345.6 getting realized on January or February and so on.
So the rates are given at the month end, but you are going to get your money or you have to make a payment on a certain particular date. Okay. So that means what will be the rate on that day? Because the rates are quoted on a monthly interval. Okay.
Thus, the forward rate that is available in the interbank market in form of forward points for March and so on cannot be applied as such for the customer transactions. The broken period concept becomes irrelevant in such situations.
Okay. So let's understand this through an example. Okay. How we arrive at a rate. So this would be, I think, the last question of the day. Okay. On April, so this is a little older one. So what I have done is I have just, reframed the question, which is, as new as 2022. Okay. Fine. So that question also came in the CA exam. On April 3rd, 2022, the bank quotes the following. The spot exchange rate is 82.2525 and 82.5945. So the bid and ask rates are given to you. Okay. 2 months swap points are given, which is 170 and 190. Okay. Fine. So swap points are given. So we have to calculate the forward rate. But not now, because 3 months swap points are also given. 260 and 288. 2 months and 3 months swap points are given. In a spot transaction, delivery is made immediately or after 2 days. Assume the spot rate as 5th of April 2022. Assume the one swap point is 0.001. You are required to ascertain the swap points for 2 months, 15 days, that is for 20th June 2022. You have to arrive at a rate for 20th June 2022. Okay, the rates are given as of 5th April, which will be applicable 5th April. The rate is given at 82.26 and 82.5. These are rates. Okay, determine the foreign exchange rate for that rate. So we have to find out the swap points and then we have to arrive at the rate also. Okay, swap points for 2 months and 15 days. Okay. Huh?
Then only we have to find the difference of.
So the swap points for 2 months are given 170 and 190. Is that okay? Swap points for 3 months are also given. So swap points for 30 days is how much? Difference of the two, simple. Okay, and the swap points for 15 days will be how much? Half of it. So swap points for 2 months and 15 days will be 215 to 39. Is that okay? Fine. So now these are the rates which are given to you. Okay. Now we have to arrive at the rate for 20th of June. So swap points for 2 months will be 0.0025. So we have actually assumed the swap point as 0.001. So we are going to just add. So this is the rate on that day. Is that okay? Anji? Yeah, absolutely. So we have arrived because of the rates are given for 2 month ends. We have arrived at the rate for a particular day by using mathematical formulation. Is that okay? Okay. Now, इसको मैंने Excel में solve करा, you can just go through. So let me just complete this. Interbank exchange rates are wholesale rates, okay, which are applicable to transaction among banks, okay, not for the customers. Forward rate that is available in the interbank market cannot be applied to the customer transactions. So the rate is applicable interbank is among the bank themselves. Is that okay? That rate cannot be applied. When you go to the bank, bank will check the rate and give us a new rate. So we are going to understand that. Interbank market, what it is? The Forex interbank market is a wholesale currency arena. The interbank market is a global network utilized by financial institutions to trade currencies between themselves. Most of the interbank trading is proprietary, meaning that it takes place on behalf of the bank's own account and also is done by banks on behalf of large customers. So that's the interbank market. It's a wholesale arena. Okay. Now let's understand this. Suppose if the spot rate for US dollar is 83. So this is very important. Please do understand. If the forward margin for 2 month is 20 paisa premium. So what will be the forward calculated as 83.20? Okay, we have added swap points with the spot rate without breaking it into the bid and ask. If the bank wishes to keep a margin of 3 paisa, it will quote a rate of 83.23 for an importer. If an importer comes and says, what is the rate for me, sir? He says 83.23. They are going to buy the dollar at 83.2. They will give the rate of 83.23 to the importer, making a margin. The exporter comes, they are going to say 83.17 because exporter is going to give the dollar at 83.17 and they are going to sell back the dollar in the interbank market at 82 and make a 3 paisa gain. In both the things, they are making 3 paisa margin. Is that okay? For an importer, they are adding the margin. For an exporter, they are deducting the margin. Ask, we add the margin. Bid, we minus the margin. Is that okay? Now, just one more and some small question. Exchange rate applicable for transaction between two banks of forex deals is known as interbank rate. Normally, interbank rates are quoted up to 4 decimal places. Okay. Rates rounded to 4 decimals in multiples of 0.0025. So that's a FIDI rule. Okay. That we have to round off the rate to 0.0025. Is that okay? So the interbank rates, we deduct the margin from bid rate, add margin to the selling rate to arrive at the merchant rates. The merchant rates are the rates which are quoted to the customers. Interbank rates are the wholesale rate and merchant rates are applicable to the customers. Okay. So now a question. This is a little older one. I've given new questions with a new exchange rate. Quotation for US dollar in interbank market is as follows. Spot rate 75.2900 oblique 2975. Exchange margin is 0.1%, 0.10%. Determine the spot merchant rates from the above information. Rates rounded off to 4 decimal points. Okay. First we'll do what? First we'll put the rate as it is. ये rate दिया हुआ. Then exchange margin is 0.10%. So we are going to deduct from that rate and add margin to that rate. So margin is 0.075290, 0.0752975. What we have calculated? 75.29 into 0.10. Okay. So we have arrived this and we arrived at the merchant rates. नीचे आ गया. ऊपर का रेट क्या है? Interbank rate. Now bid we are deducting and ask we are adding. Ask is for importer and bid is for exporter. Exporter में हम माइनस करते हैं और importer के ऐड कर लेते हैं. So we get the merchant rates. Now we have to round it off. So then it becomes 75.247 becomes 75.2150. Okay. And for the ask rate will be 75.3725. Is that okay? So the bank what will do? They will check the rates, add or deduct the margin, and calculate the merchant rate, and then they are going to round up to decimal place. What we have done, this becomes 147, and this will become 370, will become rounded off to the four decimal places in multiples of 0.0025. Is this clear? So this is how we calculate the interbank rates to which one?
So the merchant rate here is 47 in the end.
Which is the nearest one?
If it is 45,
So then the bank is not going to lose, and he's going to nearest to the round off. Nearest round off is 5 0. Point 4750. And this is 2.8, so this will go to point. So it can't go to 50.
and what if it would be
If it is
35?
this one 35. So 35 अगर मिडिल में है, कहीं मिडिल में है,
25 होगा,
फिर क्या होगा?
25 को
हाँ 25 होगा. जो nearest है उसमें हो जाएगा.
28 होगा.
Okay.
Sir, but then the pip size is 0.025.
Just hold on, yeah.
0.005.
Okay, बस ये कर दो जाते हैं. Calculate this. अब क्वेश्चन बाद में अपने दिमाग में हो गया. अभी आप खुद The problem arises, because okay, इसको आप पहले कर लो. Try to do it yourself, and if you need help, you can always take. But just do, आपने हो गया? कर रहे. You have to use a calculator only then, or a Excel sheet to do it, basically. वो किसका हो गया?
Sir, one question is right.
तो 50 में से मार्क्स क्विज में आपका एक आएगा जिसमें आपको मर्चेंट रेट कैलकुलेट करना है. क्विज का एक छोटा सा पार्ट. तो प्लीज ट्राई. इंटरबैंक रेट दिया होगा, मार्जिन दिया होगा, आपको बताना कौन सा ऑप्शन सही है. Just do your question and take the answer on the sheet. Do you have the PPT with you?
No. Percentage. What was the percentage?
Okay. सर समझ आ गया आपको चीज़? Is it interesting topic?
Yes, sir.
Interesting है ना? Something which you have done earlier? In any other subject? Not that. थोड़ा बहुत touch कराओ.
We just know the
With
definition.
कौन से subject में था जो आपने touch करा?
Definition is one
अच्छा ये डन वेरी गुड और किसको एक्सपोजर मानो हैव यू डन दिस फॉरेक्स एनीवन हु हैज
Not
डन
completely, not completely.
What's
Just the digits and something.
Okay.
So I'm quite familiar, but I don't know anything.
so now you're doing it
Yes,
basically
basically.
more
This is the only
formally.
thing I know.
So how are you finding this course?
Very, very interesting.
It is interesting.
It just takes some time when
Ah,
the
you know,
order and
I'm telling you that even person like me who has been teaching this subject, because I'm teaching around 30 subjects, okay? So this is one of the subjects. Okay, but each time I teach, I can always make a mistake whether I'm talking about pounds or dollars. And remember, I'm going to give this lecture again to the CS students 8 days consecutively, all the topics. दिमाग खराब हो जाता है for 3 hours without a break. You can't take a break. 2 मिनट 10 मिनट के बीच में 5 मिनट की ब्रेक मिलती है.
Taxation as well, right?
Yeah.
So
I taught just GST.
taxation is it?
Next time I offered corporate tax and GST to the students, but unfortunately I couldn't teach because I was. Then I got another place where I was. So last time the batch in MBA Private I taught commercial banking, and then I was supposed to teach GST, goods and services tax, and the corporate tax, but I couldn't teach them. But I have taught to BMS students.
Are your recorded lectures are there on your YouTube channel?
चैनल पे नहीं है
क्या है आपके YouTube?
लेकिन इस पे है ना मेरे यूट्यूब चैनल पे है जीएसटी के ऊपर पूरा है
GST पे है?
जीएसटी पे सब दिया पूरा जीएसटी एक्सप्लेन है यू कैन जस्ट गो थ्रू इट
I'll go to it.
हो गया चलो क्लास इज ओवर सो आज जो एब्सेंट है विपुल इज एब्सेंट
I have not.
हाँ
I am marking the attendance.
यू आर मार्किंग द अटेंडेंस ओके जस्ट शेयर विद मी ठीक है अभी तो ब्लैक बोर्ड पे भी आ गया शायद अटेंडेंस आ गया नहीं है
नहीं नहीं ब्लैक बोर्ड पे नहीं आता आई विल शेयर यू ऑन द एक्सेल शीट
मैं समझ गया लेकिन बीएमएस का ब्लैक बोर्ड होता है but I was searching they told that it is now available on the blackboard I was told by
not yet
so ठीक है because I couldn't see the not in the blackboard but the attendance
it may be available after 1 month because when we will register on
तो ठीक है कोई बात नहीं it still has to be taken manually isn't it ठीक है